ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Patreon. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for your continuous support. Today we have a lot of women. I have a lot of TikToks lined up, and also an article dealing with women getting divorces. So let's get started with this one that is asked the question, why you're single at 40, and of course it's because she's a massive red flag. But nonetheless, let's have a listen, and I hope you guys are all doing fine.
People are like, Tori, why are you single? I'll tell you why I'm single. Because I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm the only adult. I've done so much work on myself, and if I can do the work to regulate my nervous system, heal and deal with my emotional trauma, learn to communicate my needs and wants and desires, know how to take accountability and responsibility for my shit, if I can learn how to not shy away and be afraid and run when a hard conversation is needed to be had, so can you. So can you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there to tell you that I don't trust you. No, press X to doubt. A lot of men, guys, most men, they don't even want all those things. They don't want you to heal inner traumas. Men have very simple requisites, and one of them is not creating problems out of thin air. Can you do that? Second one is communicate like an adult. Don't give us the cold shoulder. Don't stop talking to us. Don't get all in your feelings like a little toddler. Can you do that? It's all men are asking for, you know? And the third one is, can you actually just talk with us, you know? Tell us what the problem is. Go through the problem together instead of the men being left alone against the problem and against you. Like, the things we men require are so simple, guys. They're so basic. Yet I've never met a woman that can actually keep those things together, you know, and not yell and shout while having an argument. So I very much doubt that she's going to be the first.
So can you. And I am not going to be the only responsible adult in a relationship with two people. Because if a man is being inconsistent, if he is being wishy-washy and unclear and making plans and then not sticking with them, if he says one thing and constantly does another, then I'm not dealing with a man. I'm dealing with an emotionally stunted, immature, wounded, unavailable, avoidant little boy. And I want to be with a man. I don't want to be with a boy. So I am forever going to stay single until that is possible, because you need to be bringing the same energy and effort as I do. I don't work on myself to be the best version of myself, to settle for somebody who is not doing that work or bringing that to the table. So,
well, you know what? We've reached the same conclusion, madam. We men also are single because we don't want to be dating little toddlers that behave like toddlers and base all of their all of their decisions on their emotions. Yeah. So we're at the same place, really. Now, are you a woman that really has worked on herself to behave like a grown adult? Again, I doubt that, gentlemen. But let me know what you think about what was her name? Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, Jennifer Lopez, guys. No, she's a very pretty woman, but she does look like Jennifer Lopez. Now, let's move on to another one.
Girl right now to stop acting like they are a slice of slimy deli turkey meat under a glass display at the grocery store. Let's stop acting like we are looking to be picked. In 2025, we need to let go of the idea of the mentality of being picked. Even when you don't realize you're operating from a mindset of being desirable and being chosen, whether that's through friendships, through work, through relationships, career, anything, you might be operating from those ideas more than you think. And I just need us all to let that go. Like, you're not some random piece of like almost expired salmon at the grocery store.
You know, guys, hell, that's actually good advice. I wish women will stop marketing themselves as pieces of meat as well. But, you know, when you give them that advice, they don't take to it kindly. Oh, what do you mean? I don't get to go to clubs and shake my ass for 3 hours, you know, to gather attention from strangers. Or what do you mean that I don't get to post post half-naked pictures on my socials? Or what do you mean that I don't get to put on makeup and, you know, be gathering all those glances from men, or go to the gym in very provoking attire? They just market themselves as pieces of meat. So yeah, hell, that's hella good advice.
For everybody to get in line and gawk at and look around at the other pieces of weird salmon that have weird gray spots next to them and be like, well, which one is the least weird? Which one do I want the most? You're not that. You're an individual. You're a human being. You're a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. You're perfect and awesome, and you're growing and you're learning even when you're not perfect.
Oh.
Let's stop trying to be chosen. Let's stop diminishing ourselves to be wanted and be desired.
By the way, guys, if you don't remember this woman, she appeared on the channel a while ago, saying that she's gonna commit an act of violence. She's so funny. Gonna commit an act of violence because she's been played by some bad boy to be in a situationship. And here she is again. So she said, guys, her rules, her goals for 2025 to stop situationships, stop being a piece of meat. This woman, guys, is working hard on herself to become a bigger version, you know, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay, we are not living under a gross, germ-infested grocery store glass display case. The world is your oyster, and you have free will. Act like it.
Yeah, act like it. Don't be part of situationships no more, madam. You have free will, just stop dating the bad boys. But this woman has some very fun analogies. I enjoy her, guys, I enjoy her, and she's very pretty. Like this woman, where you see her, guys, will have like 90% of men that she's interested in. Absolutely, but she goes for the 10% that are unavailable. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's move on, guys, to a woman, I think, that is gonna talk about ugly men. The irony.
Men have been ugly since the beginning of time. Your husbands are supposed to be ugly. The pretty ones are the ones that don't really get anywhere. What do you want a pretty man for? Like, what is he, your prize? You're the prize, sweetie. Choose yourself a nice ugly man, a nice tall ugly man if you're lucky. Get him to do whatever you want. He has to be tolerable enough that you can look at his face every day and accept him, but a little bit ugly so that when he pisses you off, you can stand your ground and he knows that you're serious about when you set your boundaries. Ugly men for the win. So when you see me with my ugly man, you mind your business and you know that he's treating me like a queen. Okay?
Oh, is she the queen? Do you think this woman looks like a queen, guys? Take a look at her. You know, do you see any resemblance to a medieval princess, maybe? I mean, sorry, not even gonna comment on the video, but you go on TikTok, right? Millions of people are gonna see you, and you talk about ugly men. You put the words ugly men on your ugly forehead, and you make sense of it. But anyway, let's again move on.
Men. When did men stop tricking on women? At what point did somebody sit you down and tell you that men are the prize? That men are supposed to get princess treatment? Who sat you down and told you that? Who sat you down and told you that it's lame to want to provide for a woman? It's lame to want to please her. It's lame to want to marry a woman and pay bills in the household. Who told you that? Like, was it your mom? Was it the pick me that had you? Who was it? Like, you're literally a man. Like, I'm sorry. Some of you just need to go out and find you a husband, baby, because you don't want a wife. You want the soft life, and that's okay.
Well, you better hide, gentlemen, because these women are out there hunting for you. Men will never be the prize is the title of this video. Maybe. Not gonna question that. But let me tell you, modern women aren't the prize either. And that's the thing. No, we don't want to wife you up. We don't want to get you. These women are the furthest thing away from a prize, guys. They're a liability. They are something negative. Men are running away from marriage. And these women are chasing us. They really are. These women that will dismiss you in your 20s are the ones that are going to be chasing you when you are 40. Because they want princess treatment. No, thank you. You're not a princess. You're a dragon. So hell no with that offer.
A very good time.
Guys, let's move on to our final TikTok before our article story. And let's check on what this one has to say. And there's a question, by the way.
Not to add more to your plate, but I feel like now is actually a very good time to take stock of your romantic relationships. Like, what's your boyfriend's 2 cents on what's been happening the last couple days? Or better yet, what was his reaction to what Elon Musk did? What kinds of conversations are you guys having? How are you feeling in those conversations? Do you feel affirmed and validated and supported, and also like you're on the same page?
Yeah, so just in case you've been living under a rock, Elon Musk recently did, quote-unquote, the Yahtzee salute, right? I mean, he really said, my heart goes out to you, and he did the hand gesture, but it's framed as though he was doing a Yahtzee, right? Let me know what you think about that, guys, and how you interpreted that. Personally, I interpreted it as just something silly. I don't think he was doing the Yahtzee salute. I don't think he was doing it on purpose. I don't think he acknowledged that he did some sort of resemblance to the Yahtzee salute, right? But this woman is making the point that, of course, you have to politically align with her. And as a man, you have to agree with everything that she agrees on with, even though the average woman today is extremely radical and extremely left and allowing and permissive of absolute everything. The average woman is absolutely okay with unaliving her children. And if you are not, she'll break the relationship with you. The average woman is extremely radically left in all things. You know, and hey, if she thinks that Elon Musk did the Yahtzee salute, you either agree with her or she's going to divorce you. So, yeah, let me know how you feel about that, guys. The way I feel about that is, hell no. Don't even touch these lefties women with a 10-foot pole, guys. They are extremely radical. Their views are never based on any sort of moral principle or any sort of value that they uphold. No. Their political views change all the time based on what's trending, basically, you know, if I could say so. So, yeah, just don't get engaged with them. You may be right-leaning, you may be left-leaning, whatever you are, just don't deal with these women. They're going to backstab you at some point if you don't agree with them, you know, like a dog on a leash. Get out of here, man. And they have such stupid political takes that they're not even worth mentioning. But anyway, gentlemen, let's move on to an article that I wanted to read with all of you, so you can give me your opinion. A lot of questions that I'm asking today, guys. Will you be able to remember all of them? But anyway, married single wife. I saw this expression recently and it really hit home with me. My husband works hard, is a great dad, cooks and helps around the house, but it's not a couple person. I've tried, but we don't share the same interests. Our kids are grown and we recently became grandparents. How many other women feel like married single women in their marriages? Edit. To answer a question, married 35 years, I've tried to find common ground but only get together as a family, not a couple. Sorry, new to Reddit, so I think I put this in the wrong category, yada yada, we don't care about that. So we have a woman here, guys, that has been married for 35 years. And, you know, this is the closest that you'll get to the spark is gone. You know, she admits, my husband works hard, he's a great dad, he even cooks and helps around the house, but there is no spark. I don't feel like we are a couple, and I feel like I'm a single married woman, alright? So let's check on some of the comments, guys, from other women. Curious how people end up having kids and getting married to people they share no common interest with. To which the original poster says, you fall in love with a person, have kids, and are very involved raising them while having busy careers. Our kids are happy and successful and grew up with two parents who love them and are proud of them. Somehow they have managed to be in better couple relationships after a few bumpy ones than the example their parents set. Another one here says, I've met so many women that are around 40, 50-ish, once kids are gone, decide to leave, and the stories are all like this. And every time the guy is totally blindsided and clueless that things were not awesome. These dudes are incapable of seeing anything outside their point of view. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Maybe it's time that you start opening your mouth and telling us what the problem is. You know, I'm so tired, guys, of these women. And look, I do understand them. I do understand these women that they need more attention to detail. They need their husbands to still be giving them flowers. You know, even at age 50, they want the romantic things. I get it. I really do. I personally don't feel like it because I'm a man, but I understand that that's how women feel, and it's all right. But it's not all right when you decide to divorce at age 50 a man who is busting his ass off trying to provide for the family just because of your feelings. And in most of these situations, guys, these women don't even mention these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't sit down to talk with their husbands and tell them how they feel and, hey, let's see if we can do something, yada yada. I mean, you say that men don't understand anything outside their point of view, but no, it's actually women that also don't understand anything outside their point of view. Why don't you simply understand that we men are different? We have different requisites. You know, a man fears a dead bedroom in the same way that a woman fears a man not paying attention to detail, for example, or being romantic. I'm sure you can understand this, guys, so please let me know your opinions down below. But I've heard of many women complaining that their man no longer pays attention to detail. I've also heard many men complaining about their wives not providing them with enough S3X, you know? So it's two sides here that have a problem. It's not only men that are to blame, but notice something, guys. You hardly see men divorcing because of a dead bedroom. When men are faced with a dead bedroom, they usually try to improve things. Oh, maybe I'm not doing enough for her. Let me do more chores around the house so she feels more comfortable. Oh, maybe I'm not as attractive as before. Let me lose some weight. Oh, maybe she doesn't feel the emotional bond. Let me do something. Let me do this. Let me fix the other thing. This is the attitude that men have when they are faced with a marriage problem like this. But when it comes to women, guys, yes, some of them try marriage counseling and whatever, but a lot of them, they don't even try. They simply will divorce your ass because they think that they can find better. Oh, I'll find someone that brings the spark back. And it's a backstab, you know, for these men that are breaking their butts, providing for the family, being good fathers, doing chores around the house. I mean, this man clearly loves you. He is doing all of those things for you, you know. But let's read the end of the comment. Personally, as we enter this era of our lives, I'm really focusing on the us part of us. I, of course, don't know what the future holds, but should we not work out, it won't be because I take her for granted. Oh, so this is a man. Let's read one more, guys. 2 ways to go about those problems. I was a married single dad. Find something that connects you. This may take some effort on your end, but find a shared activity to do together. Walks, hikes, dinner dates at new restaurants, bowling, whatever you both might like doing. Plan it and see if he follows through. Couples counseling may also be a good idea. Yeah, if a lot of these women tried, guys, they will find out that their husbands do care about them and do love them and want to do things, you know. But a relationship is all about compromise. If you start to notice each time he doesn't pay attention to detail, and he starts to notice each time a week goes by without you even having S3X, things are gonna go bad. A relationship is all about attention to detail, love, and all those things. And I'll be the first one to say that I do blame men for this, and I've mentioned this consistently on the channel. I do blame men because a lot of them, they stop, let's say, watering the plant. You know, they stop paying daily attention to their women. doing little things, little details, little gifts. I do blame men for that because I see it as an issue. But again, it's a two-side thing, because a solution to that is never divorce. And a lot of these women, guys, they will not give you a second chance. They will divorce you if the spark is gone, you know? Point 2, the person you married no longer chooses to bridge the gap. The effort is only one-sided. You can't change a person, and you can only make so many attempts to extend a hand in love while it gets smacked away before you break. This was me with my ex-wife. I kept trying first till I can't take it anymore. Maybe not for all men, but I feel like the bar for neglect is a little bit higher for men. So I kept trying longer than I should have. It ultimately ends in divorce. At some point, you have to learn to remember to put you first. Sometimes it's better to do that alone as a single parent. To which the original poster replies, I retired a couple of years ago and he is still working full-time. Our kids are in their 30s and doing well, so I'm doing more of what I enjoy without him. Seeing my girlfriends more often, seriously involved with several different volunteer projects. Once he retires in about 3 years and we downsize and sell our house, it might be the perfect time for us to separate. So she's already thinking about divorce. Men think when you no longer complain about being unhappy, try to change things, everything is okay. But we are just quietly checking out. Yeah, so I was about to say something good about this woman, because I see her trying, but I just hate that, guys. Quietly checking out. Oh, well, oh, thank you, you know. Thank you for ruining my life. We've been together for 40 years, and you're gonna divorce my ass from one day to the next one. Like, just from one day to the next one. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna hand me the divorce papers. You see why a lot of men say that they are blindsided by it, and women say, "Oh, but I've been quietly shouting for years now." No, you haven't. Have you had this experience, guys, with a girlfriend or maybe wife? They will tell you one day, you know, you ask them how they feel, you ask them how you feel in the relationship, and they tell you, I'm happy, you know, we're doing fine, we're in love with each other, everything is alright, and then they'll divorce you or leave you like 2 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women, guys, they're not being straightforward. They really aren't sharing that problem. They've probably mentioned it a couple of times, and because they haven't seen you change anything, yeah, they just leave. I can't relate to that. I just simply can't. No matter how much I understand women and their needs and their need for attention to detail, I simply cannot understand how you can divorce someone who you've been 40 years with, you've had children with, you've built your whole life with, and now you're gonna simply divorce him. You won't try any harder. I just simply don't understand it. But gentlemen, let me know what you think. I need some women to explain. I need some women, guys, to tell me, oh, this is why we do it. I've tried my hardest. And then you check on her hardest try, and it's being mentioning the problem a couple of times throughout the years. Well, that doesn't really ring any bells for us men. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you for watching. A lot of questions that I've asked today. Let me know your opinions down below, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Again, thank you for joining my Patreon.